Hello, Flosstube world. My name is Nadine. I'm coming to you from Nova Scotia, Canada. I'm sitting here in my little crafty corner, and I thought I would give Flosstube a try. This is my first video, and I'm looking to connect with lots of other cross stitchers, crocheters, and folks who hook rugs. I've loved fiber arts for quite a number of years. I actually started cross stitching back in the late 90s or early 2000s, and just really like to work with color and with fiber, as it has you know, a nice feel, texture, and always have liked doing that type of work. I also crochet. That's kind of my comfort craft. I was taught by my grandmother to do granny squares, and it's the one thing that's always been there. I think I might have been 9 when I learned how to do granny squares, so that's always kind of been my in-between crafting, or if I just need a break from some of the other items, I always go back to that. It's always been something that I like to do, is just grab a ball of nice yarn and a crochet hook and just stitch. In addition to those two things, I started rug hooking back in about 2015. I found at the time I had young kids and cross stitching was just hard to do. With so much going on in life at the time. And not only that, I like the ability to design and pull together color palettes. And I do find that rug hooking allows me the space to do that. It's been a journey, off and on. I've been away from cross stitch for several years, but I decided recently to bring it back into the rotation, and I was just shocked at how much has changed in the cross stitching world. Back in the day, I'm sure you've heard from other cross stitchers, there was no internet, there was no online shopping, and you would go to a craft store, and in my 20s I would just look for the sale items, and it reminded me of the episodes on The Big Bang Theory with the guys in the comic book shop and going through the comics and saying, going through each one, got it, need it. So I would just flip through what they had and take home what I could find. But the availability of product now is incredible, as well as the number of designers and dyers, and I'm very excited to get back into it. In fact, I did keep some of my things throughout some moves, house moves, and destashing and cleaning up things. I did keep, all my DMC floss. I still have quite a bit, and one or two things that I held on to just in case I got back into it. And so today's the day. I started watching Flosstube back in January. And have found so many artists online who just inspire me and have the same interests that I do. I've always loved samplers, but I'm also really attracted to primitives and folk art. Artists like the Scarlet House, Hands Across the Sea, I've found quite a few of their designs really great. I've ordered a couple. And Paulette Stewart, of course, Plum Street, and Teresa Kogut is another one that I really find has quite a few charts that I really enjoy. So I thought I'd come on and see about showing you all what I've been working on. And all of these, except for one, I believe, are whips, because I didn't have anything on the go before the turn of this year into 2025. So I'm going to start with, and forgive the crinkling, I'm going to start with Plum Street Samplers, Proverbs 31 sampler. I love the colors of these. I love the vines, the flowers. I thought it was very spring-like. And I'm not drawn to spring very often. I'm more of an autumn-winter, which I find a lot of cross stitchers are into autumn-winter. But I really wanted to pick this one up and do it, and I did. And I did finish the stitch, and I'm so happy with it. This is on Aged Flax 40 count from number 12, Stitch Co. I love her fabric. I really do. I've bought quite a few pieces. Not having been cross-stitching for several years, I had no stash. So in a way, I gave myself a little bit, just a little bit of free rein, and ordered some fabrics, and wanted to try many to get a sense of what they're like and the color. I found Flosstube really helpful for that. The Flosstube creators, content creators that I've watched, really have given great suggestions, and so I just went from there. After I finished that, I did start Hands Across the Sea sampler. I picked Elizabeth Dinsdale, 1846. And you'll probably see, if you follow my work, you'll see that I'm really drawn to houses, homes. It's pretty much what I look for. And this one really caught my eye, and so I am here with it. It's lovely. I just really enjoy this stitch. I've gotten to the point, as you can see, the house, which is that soft green, and the colors in the windows makes it look warm and homey. This is on 40 count Salta Caramel, again from number 12 Stitch Co. Before I ordered anything this year, I had only been an Ada stitcher. I had never stitched on high count linen. So I just ordered a piece of 36 and a small chart, and gave it a try, and I did find I could do it. I do need magnification and a good light, so I did order something for that, but I was able to do it no trouble. I enjoy it. The linen is so much softer than Ada, and I love the dyed linens, the variety that you can get. I found that I needed a little palette cleanser or a break from the bigger sampler. So I guess it was April the 25th. I had noticed online that a lot of people like to stitch Christmas on the 25th of every month. So I did have this that I had ordered and had planned to do it later, but I figured why not get into it? And it's Plum Street Samplers Mary 2, bowl full of Marys. I love the pink of the berries. And that's another first for me, is I've never used dyed floss. I only have ever used EMC, but I like the variegation in the dyed flosses. It kind of adds a different patina to it, adds to the prim look. So I went ahead and did that. It's almost finished. This is 40 count Hazelwood from Fiber on a Whim, and I got it from Hollis Hands Create. And here's the stitch. The only thing is I didn't have Pelican Gray to finish it, so I'm waiting for that. It's en route. Hopefully I'll get it this week, and then I do plan to finish it as a pillow on my own. But the berries in there, the snowman is so cute. And the Santa in the charcoal colored coat, even though it's not red, I love it. I think it's just very old fashioned, and the beautiful tree topper that's up there. Just loved that, and I think I finished that in 3 or 4 days. I was just so enjoying it. I do have a plan for another small, of course. When patterns are larger, I find I need to take a break until I am ready to go at it again. I try to be a monogamous stitcher, just to ensure that I complete the project. In my earlier years, I have been a serial starter, but I find now, I really want them done and presented somewhere in the house so that I can see them and they're complete, because obviously I loved them when I saw them online as a complete product, so I want to be able to enjoy them. As I continue on some of my other bigger projects, I chose this as my next small. It is Not Forgotten Farm Usefulness. And that's another thing I'm drawn to, is I tend to be drawn to anything that references needlework and women performing their needlework. It's a work of art. It has had a use in the past, obviously. It was a very basic need, but it gave women the chance to be creative in many ways. Quilting, embroidery, cross stitch, rug making. Not only is it utilitarian, but it gave women the freedom to grow and express themselves. I think that's why I like samplers so much as well, is I hadn't known this before this year. It was after watching Flosstube that different parts, different regions of the world, you can tell where samplers have come from based on what you see in the sampler. The culture, the impact, the environment is all in that sampler. And I actually have discovered that I'm really interested in Norfolk samplers. I do have one that I purchased and downloaded as a PDF, and I'm looking forward to starting that. I think it's the cartouches and the animals that I like. And actually, I've been online today, and it, I think it's the House of Stitch and Stash. I think is the name of it, and she's releasing an exclusive, which is a Norfolk sampler. So I'm anxious to see more about that. I've seen online, and this is something else. I learned about market. I had no idea this was happening in the world previous to this year, and I thought to myself, why have I not heard of this? What do you mean? It's a place where all the designers and the dyers and everybody comes together, and there's new releases for the year. Like, that's just that was just mind-blowing to me, and the amount of product to go through and enjoy and just look at was incredible. I saw on Instagram Tara from Sully Stitches. I actually tagged Tara because she was doing Market Mania, and she had chosen a pattern It wasn't the same one that I had gotten from Market, but I thought, well, I do want to take part in Market Mania. So what did I choose? The first item in my cart from this year's market was Teresa Koget's Time to Sew. You'll probably seen some of these on Facebook. I have been posting in the Homespun Facebook group. And it's folky, it's spring, and I love the finishing board, absolutely love the finishing board, which was designed by Chantel's 141. But I was able to source it through Traditional Stitches in Alberta. So the finishing board is on its way to me, and I cannot wait to complete this project. It's actually in my frame right now. I've been stitching on it the last few days. I don't think you'll be able to see the color very well. But I just love it. Like the simplicity and the flowers, trees, blossoms, the bird, the house, all things that I'm attracted to. So I can't wait. I'm about ready to start the people here, and I have to finish the tree here. So I'm going to keep going on it and hopefully finish it within the month of May and finish that board and have it completed. So I'm really looking forward to that. I have been looking a lot at different linen just to get a sense of the different colors that are out there. I tend not to be someone who likes white. Now, the Teresa Koget project is on a white. It is from Cedar River Linen. It's a 36 count. Arbarium, I think it's called. I'll have to confirm. I can just make sure that I note it properly in the notes from the video. That color works for that pattern for me, but I tend to be on the rustic side. I love flax looking. I like natural fibers, the look of natural fibers. Anything that looks like it's aged. So I've been actually getting the pre-ordered linens, the new linens from Tabby Cat through Hobby House Needleworks. Hobby House is in New York State, which is fairly close to us here in Nova Scotia. So the time frame to mail is really good, and I've ordered a few things from them throughout my journey of recreating a stash. Anyway, I've gotten the first two for this year. This is 40 count Shaker Gray. Oh. At any rate, it is a beautiful gray with a brown undertone, tan undertone. And this one is 40 count Down the Rabbit Hole, a deeper brown cocoa color. And I don't have it with me, but I just wanted to mention again, number 12 Stitch Co. I tried, or I picked out Wallaby, and it came in. It's beautiful. It's brown, but not as chocolate or cocoa like this. It has gray undertones and very rustic, and I can't wait to pick a project for that. As I was saying, I kept a few things during the years that I haven't been cross-stitching. As soon as I decided to get back into the hobby, I immediately went to where I know I had kept my DMC floss and one or two things that I have carried with me for several years. And I'm so excited because I am going to start a chart that I have carried around with me since 2001. I've loved it for, it seems like forever. And at the time, In 2001, I was stitching on 14 count Aida, and I didn't know specialty stitches, so I hesitated to start it. But now, especially with YouTube and being able to access different stitches online, tutorials, I'm going to give this a go, and this will be a completed project this year for Christmas. And it comes from Just Cross Stitch magazine, the December 2001 issue, and it is a shepherd's bush. Shepherd's bush design. What's it called? And I can't wait because this has literally been in my stash for almost 25 years. Oh, please. You get to know a lot of the jargon used by a lot of Flosstubers. Oh, please. It's called Far Away. Yeah, Far Away. So, Shepherd's Bush, I have loved your products for decades. And this is going to be it. I'm going to start it. And it will be a big time finish for me. Something I've always wanted to do. And I'm going to do it. So, I thought too, you know, since I did stitch back in the day, I don't have very many finishes as I was a serial starter, but I did have one finish, and it's framed, and again, it's something that I've carried along with me throughout the years. And I tried to look up the pattern, the designer online. I haven't found it yet. If anybody knows who the designer is or the name of the pattern, just give me a comment below, and I'll definitely check into it. But it is Simple Life. I don't know if I'll be able to. So this was just such a great project for me. I could do each of the individual letters and the items separately. I could pick it up and put it down. I finished this in 1998 and had it framed, and I still display this. It's just one of my favorite things. And I've even used, at one time, I think I did a Christmas ornament with the angel, having those littles. And that's another thing that I'm seeing is, you know, little projects that are done as pillows or stand-ups. I do have one of Stacy Nash's animal crackers ready to go soon. I've started stitching that. I'll pull that out next time. And just the little pillows in the dough bowl. So it's not a big project, and you still get to enjoy them. And if you do seasons and holidays, you can swap them out. So I love that. So I'm just really, I am very excited to be back into cross stitch and seeing all the great artists, the great designs, the people that love to stitch and like to talk about it and get together to stitch. So actually, if there's any groups in the Nova Scotia area that cross stitch, I'd love to check it out. I really like getting together with folks to craft. So next, I mentioned that I do like to crochet. It's something that I find, depending on what you're doing, you can see progress pretty quickly. Unfortunately, my current project is an Afghan. So those take a lot more time and effort, but in the end, I love them. And in particular, this one is a Granny Square Afghan, and I've started it, and I've started pulling the pieces together. And it's going to be, the Granny Squares are going to be on done in a diamond shape for this Afghan, and it's Michael's yarn, and I selected the colors myself. It's a 4-weight, and you can see all the little ends. I'll eventually have to, weave those in. But right now, where it's coming up to summer, I'm going to let this percolate for a while, enjoy my cross stitch time, and I'll probably get back to it in the autumn and get a blanket done for the colder season. So I really enjoy that. It's just easy. It's something I've always done, and like I said, if I'm not sure what to do, or if I feel like I need to do something but I don't want it to be too involved, I generally go to that. And next, as I said, I got into hooking rugs in 2015. I was, and still am, very inspired by Deanne Fitzpatrick. She is a Nova Scotian artist. I am drawn to her work mostly because of the work she does in display, or in creating rugs that show our type of landscape, the East Coast of Canada. She namely works with ideas from her home in Newfoundland. That's where she grew up, but she lives in Nova Scotia and has done so for quite a number of years, and she still finds the East Coast landscape here very inspirational. In particular, houses. She did a number of rug hooking designs that include homes. She's done landscapes. And I just always find her choice of color and the way she designs her products, her rugs. There's just I always find something that inspires me. And when I first started, I wasn't sure if I could do it. So I just got a little piece. I thought I pulled it here. I got a little piece. Oh, here. I just got a little piece of burlap and some yarns, and I had an idea in my mind as to what I wanted to do, and this was the result. My thought was that, and the whole idea was, this is nighttime and these are fireflies, and just the contrasting colors, and trying to do a landscape and a setting sun here, and some stars. Anyway, it's not the best finish. It's pretty rough, but at the same time, it gave me a chance to try it out. And decide if I wanted to move forward, and I did. So I just find that I tend not to get patterns. I tend to design my own. I haven't done a lot of rugs, but actually the one behind me here is one of mine, and it was for in 2020, and it was before everything shut down. I had decided that I really wanted to enter an art show, a rug hooking art show, hooked rug art show. And we had a group here who did a show that was called Art Hits the Wall. And unfortunately, before we set up for viewing, everything shut down in 2020, and so the show had to be virtual. But The theme of the show had been old buildings. And this is a particular church that I've seen over my lifetime. It's old, it's well over 100 years old. It's down the shore area of the province. Anyway, it always had meaning to me because of having a summer home in the area. So that's what I did. I stitched that. Um, and drew it myself and picked all the colors. And I even feel like it reflects my style. Again, I'm very inspired by Deanne Fitzpatrick. I find she had used at the time circles. She did lots of things with movement in the sky. And I still, to this day, love circles. I'll put them in anything that I design. I haven't hooked uh, rugs in a while, but I have been, after looking at all the cross stitch patterns, have found inspiration to do some designing again. Now, the first project I have planned um, will be a traditional pattern. It's a hit miss pattern, but I'm going to do it, try and do it in spring colors. I have a specific place in my home where I want to put something like that. So hit miss, if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a checkerboard. Um, anyway, I'm going to be setting that up soon. I'm going to be using a large floor frame. So I just need to get that set up, and the backing, I have to get that sewn on. But if anyone's interested, I'll definitely take some photos or video of my progress. So I really encourage you, if you're interested, follow Deanne Fitzpatrick online. Others that I've followed and really enjoy their work is the old tattered flag in New York State. And I've gotten wool from them, as well as another local shop here in Mahone Bay, Encompassing Designs. I always go to her for values, like 3 value of a color, so that if you want to do some shading. Her recipes for a lot of the colors that she offers is usually really, really good. It blends so well. I follow Robin on Facebook, Hooking Outside the Lines, and I also get wool from Martina Lassar in Ontario. In fact, I got some just recently, and so I'm going to be using some of this in my new project. This one you can't tell, but it's pink. It's a light blush, and in fact, it has a bit of a plaid design, and the lines of the plaid is more lilac. So it's quite pretty, and it's soft and neutral, just enough of a tint for spring. And I have tons of wool in my stash to go through, so that I can definitely get a really good variation in what I use in that rug. I really like different textures when I hook rugs. So I use wool a lot. I use yarn. And I've been tempted to use or try t-shirts, jersey. And I've often used, I can get from Deanne Fitzpatrick, I can get sari silk, which is very pretty. It's got a sheen, and it hooks differently than wool and yarn, and just gives some different texture. So I'm very excited to get that started. Hopefully you enjoyed watching. I hope I didn't go too fast. But I'm looking forward to contributing to the Flosstube world and getting to know some folks out there that cross stitch, that crochet, and that hook rugs. Oh, and just give credit to if I'm looking for a pattern for crochet right now, my go-to is MJ's Off the Hook. She has great design. She has great patterns. In particular, some sweaters. I've done a sweater by her, a V-stitch sweater, and it's stitched all as one. You don't, there's no pieces. You just do it, and then you sew up the seams. And if you're interested, I'll show you my sweater the next time. I thought I'd give this a try. I'm working with a shoestring budget right now, but I just really, and today's May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Um, it's maybe the Star Wars fans out there will understand, but it just seemed like a really good day to drop a new floss tube and try a new thing. And I would like to see you subscribe and come back and see my progress. So I hope everyone's doing well. Thanks very much.